Good day, learners. How do you do? I'm very certain that you are all doing well. I'm your educator for understanding culture, society, and politics. And I'm very glad to welcome you to the quarter one, module one. So with this, may I request everybody to ready your pen and notes so that you can write down the important topic information. So let me start your day with a fruitful knowledge and at the same time let us break the silence. So get ready and listen attentively. Are you ready, learners? Awesome. So let me formally open our discussion. We all know that culture has been part of our ancestors and our new generation lives. As well, we live in the society wherein we shared what? Let's say our culture, we shared our traditions, we shared our beliefs as well as the language and so forth. So let me give you a clear explanation what is the definition of culture and society. So let me begin first with what is culture. So culture is a shared ideas, meanings, and values acquired by an individual as a member of the society. It is socially learned and not genetically transmitted, as well as it is often influences us unconsciously. On the other hand, let me discuss about what is society. So what is society? Society is a group of people whose interact or reside in a definable area in shared culture. In addition to that, a society is a social system that shares a geographical territory and a common culture. That is the definition of culture and society. Did you get that? Awesome. Let us go deeper. There are anthropologists and sociologists who give their perspective about the culture and society. So let me start by revealing the cultural perspective. Who is our first proponent? So let's find out. Our first proponent is Edward Bernard Tyler. So according to him, he defined culture as a whole complex in which there is knowledge, belief, art, law, morals, costumes, and any other capabilities and habits that are acquired by man as a member of society. That is his definition about culture. Moreover, we have our second proponent, and he is Robert Ranald Merritt. So, according to him as well, that culture is a communicable intelligence. It is also a conventional understanding and communicated ideas. So, these are our two proponents who give their perspective about culture. So there are more to come, so get ready and listen attentively. Furthermore, to give you more ideas about the cultural perspective, let me hand it over to you the last proponent, and he is none other than Mr. Radcliffe Brown. According to Mr. Brown, he viewed culture as cultivation, the process of transmitting and acquiring tradition as a result of which society is perpetuated. So that is according to him. So we're done with the cultural perspective. So let me proceed with the sociological perspective. And our first proponent is the father of sociology, and he is Auguste Comte. So according to him, He defines society as something other than the sum of individual actions. So these are our proponents for the last cultural perspective and for the first sociological perspective. There are more to come, so just relax and keep on coming. I know you're getting more excited about knowing sociological perspective of our proponents. I have here the last two proponents, so let me tackle the second to the last proponent, and he is Mr. Karl Marx, okay? According to him, he stated that capitalist societies were built on conflicts between the workers and the rulers. Additionally, in his theory, society relies on class conflict in order to keep the wealthy in power and the poor as the subject of the government. That's according to Karl Marx. Additionally, the last proponent we have here is Mr. George Simmel. According to him, society was pattern interactions among members of the group and the sum of the responses to ordinary life events. So you are all marvelous that you are all taking down all the informations about the proponents. So let us dig more knowledge. Congratulations learners for making so far. And this time another topic will be given to you. So I'll be adding more knowledge about the human cultural variation. So let me define first what is cultural variations. So cultural variations refers to the differences in social behavior that different cultures exhibit around the world. What may be considered good etiquette in one culture may be considered bad etiquette in another culture. So that is what we call cultural variation. Are you still with me, learners? Great. So this time, let me propound to you the cultural variation in terms of ethnicity and race. So let me give an emphasis first with ethnicity. So let me define what is ethnicity. So ethnicity refers to a group of people, also called ethnic group, who shared what? Common culture, language, history, religion, and tradition. For an illustration about this ethnicity, let me give you an example. So we have the Filipinos, the Malays, the Ifugaos, and the Muslim. So they are called the ethnic groups, or they are fall under the ethnicity. I hope you understand. Moreover, let me highlight about the human culture variation in race. So if you're going to look on the picture closely, can you define to me what is race? That is a brilliant answer. So let me define what is race. Race refers to the group of people that share the same physical attributes such as what? Skin, color, height, and facial features. In addition to that, human beings are classified into three major races. So they are Caucasoid, Mongoloid, and Negroid. Where do you think you belong? I think I belong with Mongoloid. I have more to offer to you learners. And this time, the cultural variation in nationality. Specifically, let me discuss to you about the nation. As you can see in the pictures, there are a lot of flags that represent each country or nation. So let me define what is nation right now. Nation is a large aggregate of people united by common descent, history, culture, language, and economic life inhabiting a particular country or territory. That is nation. To spice more about the culture variation, so let me focus in nationality. I have a picture here, and you can see there are different flags, and each flag represents a country, and in a country there are people who live there. So let me ask you, if you live in the Philippines, what is your nationality? Exactly, you are Filipino. So let me define to you, so what is nationality? Nationality is an individual, is a national of a particular country by birth. Nationality is acquired through inheritance from his or her parents. And at the same time, people with the same nationality often share the same language, culture, and territory. So that is what we call nationality. To give you more about culture variation in citizenship, so let me ask you first one question. When you go to other country, what do you bring? Exactly correct, passport. And what does passport represent? Brilliant, it represents your citizenship. So this time, let me give the meaning about citizenship. Citizenship is a person's legal and political status in a city or a state, which means that an individual has been registered with the government in some country. That is called citizenship. So what is your citizenship? I'm a Filipino. You are Filipino. So you understand it well. So far, we have done about the human culture variations. So this time, let me discuss about social differences. As you can see in the picture, there are families who belong to the rich, there are families who belong to the middle class, and there are families who belong to the poor family. So let us come up with the definition of social differences. Social differences is a widely shared cultural beliefs that define socially significant distinctions on the basis of which a society is structured and inequality is organized. Example like your race, your gender, and your occupation. That is what we call social difference. To give you more understanding about social difference, so I'll be discussing in particular about the gender. So what is gender? There are two genders. Can you tell me what are those? We have the male and female. That's brilliant. So what is gender? So gender is refers to social, cultural, and psychological characteristics or traits related to males and females based on a certain social context. In addition to that, it is different from sex, which refers to the biological characteristics that distinguish a male from female. So that is gender. And additional information about social differences, so let me proceed with the social economic class. Well, before and during Spanish time, we had stratified classes. If you could still remember your history, would you mind to tell me what are those? Great. We have Maharlika, Timawa, and Alipin. Good. Now let us define what is socio-economic class in social difference. So it is said that it is the social standing or class of an individual or group. It is often measured as a combination of what? Education, income, and occupation. That is what we call social difference in socio-economic class. If you're still with me, kindly give me two claps. Good. Finally, we are in the last stage of the social difference, which is exceptionality. Well, I believe that you have encountered so far people with this ability. So this time, let me give you an understanding about exceptionality. So what is it all about? It is a quality or are characteristics of a person that makes him or her different from an established norm in a society. In addition to that, various physical and mental interferences or problems that affect a person which make him or her difficult to function in the society. So that is what we call social differences. So these are all the topics that you have learned from me, and I believe that you took all the notes, especially the most relevant for you. Thank you so much for your time, and you will be able to manage to deal about the culture and the society. As we end our lesson, let me give you a cultural quote. According to Ruth Benedict, the crucial differences which distinguish human societies and human beings are not biological, they are cultural. Thank you so much for your time, learners. I hope you had a great time with me. Congratulations and keep on coming. Thank you.